What is going on, guys? Grave here. Today let's talk about the Sorcerer changes for the Week 3 public test server patch notes for update 47. This week was not as many changes, I think, as a lot of people in the community were hoping for. There's been a lot of feedback within update 47, and there was a few things changed here, but there's still a lot of kind of questions at the same time. But like I said in this video, I mainly want to go over the Sorcerer changes, so let's go ahead and hop right into that. Bound Armor, they did change this to grant major resolve. They have partially reverted that to grant minor protection instead of that major resolve. And Bound Armor and Age's duration are now based on your combined physical and spell resistance. 1 second for every 10,000 rating. Minimum duration of 3 seconds and a maximum duration of 15 seconds. If you, for some reason, decide to stack that insane amount of resistance. Bound Ages, this morph now increases your block mitigation by 50% at, of course, max rank, up from 40%. This morph no longer passively increases its duration directly, as it does indirectly from the minor resolve granted. And of course, Dark Magic, I did talk about this last week. Blood Magic, the passive now only heals you if you're not at full health. If you are at full health, it now increases the higher of your maximum magic or stamina by 5 and 10% for 10 seconds. And Storm Calling, the lightning form, this ability and its morphs now have been reverted to grant major resolve rather than minor force. So they did revert a few things back to their original form compared to what they were doing in week 1. Like I said, it wasn't a massive amount of changes this week. I was really hoping to see some more updates, at least from them, about why they're doing what they're doing if they were not going to change it this week. Like I said, there's been a lot of feedback about update 47. A lot of people in the community wondering, why exactly they're going in this certain direction with some things. But we'll kind of just have to wait and see. I'm hoping ZOS will start to communicate a little bit more with some of these changes of why they're deciding to do this. There was a lot of people really excited about subclassing. Some people really not excited about subclassing. But in a lot of ways, depending on how you look at update 47 so far, I feel like some of these changes are kind of hurting people that do enjoy subclassing and people that don't enjoy subclassing. So kind of both ends of the spectrum there are going to have some issues with some things that they are looking at changing. Now, things could, of course, change again next week or the next. But in my opinion, usually if we don't see a lot of info in the public test server patch notes by week 3 and week 4, you're probably not going to see a lot more changes added into the update. That's usually about the time frame that the changes happen. So if you don't see a lot of things in next week's public test server patch notes, just probably be aware that most of everything's going to go through like it is. You might see some changes in a following update, so like update 48 or 49. It takes a good bit of time, and that's one thing that I'm not really a big fan of the public test server. I would love to have it on console. I know a lot of you out there would as well, but I do play it on PC some. I do have the game on PC. I mainly, or 99.9% of the time, I play everything here on the console, but I do go mess around sometimes on the public test server just to try things out or just to check things out. But when it comes to the amount of time that you give information, you give feedback as a community to ZOS being able to implement it in the game, it may not necessarily take effect in the most, current update. It may take some time for these changes to get into the game, so just keep that in mind. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. Let me know what you think about these Sorcerer changes for updates 47, and of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.